Now that we know what are the 10 elementary perceptual tasks, let's see how we can rank them by accuracy. So the author's goal was to produce a ranking of the previous tasks regarding the accuracy with which people extract quantitative information by using them. As a disclaimer, they also said, we are not saying that the primary purpose of a graphic is to convey numbers with as many decimal places as possible. If this were the only goal, tables would be better. Okay, so to obtain this ranking, they presented graphical perception tasks to different subjects, like we did in the previous lessons, and they asked different subjects what were their guesses. This information would be the user's guessed proportion. So, because the authors drew those tasks, they knew what were the correct proportions of each example, they knew what was the real proportion. So in short, they used a formula to calculate the differences between the user's guessed proportion, what in the formula is described as the judged percent, and the real proportion, or the true percent. So by quantifying the user's perception like this and doing this for the different tasks, they were able to find out which tasks were more accurate or less accurate. So these are the results that they obtained. The easiest task to do is to decode position in a common scale. The second easiest task to do is decoding position, but this time in non-aligned scales. Then in the third position, we have a tie between decoding length, direction, and angle. And by the way, just a comment here, I didn't do this experiment, so I do not have the right to question the results of this experiment, but to me, decoding length is much easier than decoding direction or angle. But according to their ranking, they are all the same. Then in the fourth position, we have decoding area. In number 5, we have curvature and volume. And then in number 6, we have everything regarding color and shading. So have this ranking in mind, try to remember the positions of each one of the tasks because it is important that we design graphs that contain tasks that are higher in this ranking. So what now? Now that we know which tasks are easier to do, we finally know how to encode visual messages that our users get right. That means that we can stay away from graphs that involve tasks lower in the ranking, and we might need to redesign some of the choices we usually go for. We will see how in the next lesson.